Alrighty, guys, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's JoArt and Co Sports and Gaming and our round one matchups and team lists. Joining me today, we've got Two Block. How you going, buddy?
All right. Yeah.
Ready for some exciting matchups this weekend? The first week of the rugby league back, eh? How good?
Oh, God, fun.
What do you mean not?
Nah, it's just I'm wondering who actually is going to win the championship.
You're already thinking about the end of the
Because there's some interesting things, okay?
Yeah, but I thought we were worrying about the beginning, but anyway, that's all right. All good, all good. Alrighty, guys. So just letting you guys know that with our page or our channel, we're also doing a tipping comp. If you guys want to get involved and join us, here's the information that you'll need: the league code, the actual name of the comp that we're joining in. It's part of the 2GB and Channel 9 footy tipping competition. You win $250 weekly prizes, either lows or any of those other things. And the big prize at the end of the year goes to the person that's basically won every round, has not had a losing, year basically with the round. So yeah, if you guys want to join that, we've got all the codes and stuff there all there for you. All right, let's start off with this week's matchup. So we have, of course, every single game from round one, starting from Thursday, finishing up on Sunday. We have 2 matches Friday, 3 on Saturday, and then, of course, the iconic 2 on Sunday. So let's start off with, of course, the big one. Penrith versus Manly, the first game of the season. Let's go straight into the team lists, and here we are. So, Tui, you want to start us off with this one? You want to do the team lists for this game and what you think?
Yeah, I'll do the Manly team. So, for our backs, we have Tom. How do you say that name?
Travojevic.
Travojevic. Yeah, that's a fun name.
Of the year last year.
Yeah, very hard. I love very hard names. Jason Saab?
Saab.
Saab. Is it really Saab?
It's Saab.
Saab sounds better, okay?
All right,
Morgan Harper, Ruben Garrick, Kieran Foran?
Yeah, that's the one.
Dally Cherry Evans.
Daily Cherry Evans.
For our forwards on the Manly side, we have, I'm not going to be able to say that first name.
Tofa Fua Sipley.
Yeah, that. Tofafua Sipley, hopefully that is correct. Lachlan Croker. Croker. Yeah, I have people who have Croker as the last name has C. Okay, not like that.
I think that's just the way they've done it. I think there might be some little spelling errors. Sorry, guys, for that part on the NRL part of it. So, all good.
Yeah. For the number 10 forward, we have Martin
Tapau.
Powell, yeah. Unique names. Number 11 is
Hamola Ula Katua.
Yeah, there's some unique names.
So,
like, God. For number 12 is Ethan Bullimore. And 13 is Jason Travojevic. Okay, I'm gonna fail every single one of these unique names.
Travojevic.
Yeah.
All good. And then the interchange is?
Is how much? Talau. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna let you continue.
I'll do so. Talalta Kula, Carl Lawton, and Sean Kempe, and Tani Pasaka. That's for the interchange. And the reserves, we've got Morgan Boyle, Andrew Davey, Christian Tupaluto, George Tafua, Alex Tuavaiki, Ko Weeks, and James Rumanos. All right, for the Panthers, the fullback, Dylan Edwards, Charlie Staines, Isaiah Tago, Stephen Crichton, Brian To'o, Jermaine. Oh my gosh.
Jerome?
Yeah, Jerome Luai, And Sean O'Sullivan, as we all know, that the number 7 Nathan Cleary at the moment will not be playing the first 3 games of the season. So Sean O'Sullivan will take his position. For the forwards, we have Moses Leota, Appy Coruscant, James Fisher-Harris, Viliami Kikau, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yeo. The interchange, we have Mitch Kenny, Scott Sorensen, Spencer Leon, Matthew Eisenhuth. And then for
before you continue, can
Yep.
you please say Scott's last name again?
Scott Sorensen. It's Sorensen.
Yeah, it's Sorensen.
Yeah.
You said Sorensen.
No, I said Sorensen, and then I said another name after it. It was something weird. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, funny enough, I actually know Scott Sorensen.
Oh, well, there you go, from the Penrith Panthers.
Huh? No. So Scott Sorensen is the son of one of my old teachers.
Well, there you go. He's now a professional football player. Maybe, but that's just names at the end of the day. For the reserves, we've got Chris Smith, Jemai Huppergood, Jaman Salmo, Talani May, Kurt Falls, Sony Luke, and Robert Jennings. And of course, the match officials is Adam Gee, Casey Badinger, Casey Badinger. Oh my gosh,
Badger.
Yeah, Badger, whatever. Yeah, and then David Maruno, and then Ashley Klein as the senior. So, with our tips with this game, no Nathan Cleary, Tom Trbojevic fullback. Some players still with the Panthers, like they haven't moved on from Panthers, the last year's winning side. Do you think this is going to be a Panthers win, or do you think maybe Manly might take this in the bag tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to say Panthers by 10. That's my guess.
So you're going Panthers? What do you think, Panthers? What makes you think that the Panthers will win this game? And how do you see it going? Do you think it'll be a tight game?
The only reason I have to think Panthers won't win is the practice match they had last week.
Or the 36-0 drumming by Parramatta.
Yeah. That's the only reason I don't think they'd win. But we're talking about the Eagles, who go through players like there's no tomorrow.
And Tom Trbojevic is their most electric player on the field. When he's basically there, they're bound to win any game, or at least score points to match up with other teams. So
yeah.
So that'll be on Channel 9 and also Fox Sports Live tomorrow, the 10th of March. Everything starts, and it'll be at Penrith's home ground. So that'll be an iconic matchup to watch for the first game. Then we head into the second game of the week. Canberra versus Cronulla Sutherland at GIO Stadium. We have the Sharks, or Canberra, taking on Cronulla. Let's start off with the Canberra lineup. So we've got Charles Nicoll-Coxted, Nick Kotrick, this is for the backs, by the way, James Skrilla, Matthew Tomoko, Semi Valeve, Jack Whiten, and Brad Schneider. Then for the forwards, we've got Josh Papali, Josh Hodgson, Joseph Tarpany, Hudson Young, Corey Haronira, Elliot Whitehead, and then for the interchange, Tom Starling, Emil Gula, Adam Elliott, and Corey Hosborough. And for the reserves, we've got Ryan Sutton, Matt Frawley, Terry Mooney, Harry Rushton, Jared Crocker, Xavier Savage, and Sam Williams. Would you like to do the Shark side?
Well, our fullbacks on the Sharks have William Kennedy, and we have
Sione
oh
Katoa.
my god. Yeah, is it Sinone?
It's Sione Katoa.
Sione Katoa, Jesse Ramian, Ronaldo. Why are there so unique names on the Sharks? I thought the Sharks were Cronulla.
Yeah, well, it's
how do you say it? Matt Ike. Why?
Ikivalu, ex-Rooster, ex-winger.
Ikivalu.
Yep.
Matt
Moylan,
Nicholas Haynes. For our forwards, we have Toby Rudolph, Blake Brayley, Braden Huey.
Brendan Huey.
Yeah. Sorry, that name makes you laugh. Britain. Nicora. Teague Whitland.
Wilton.
Yep. Dale Funyuns.
Finucane.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different name.
That's all right.
For our interchange, we have Aiden Tolman. Solis?
So Sifa Talaki.
I wasn't. I'm always worried about the first name. Royce Hunt, Andrew Fafita.
And then the reserves.
For our reserves, we have Luke Meatclaff, Jesse Collingham. Correct. Lachlan Miller. Then we have Jensen. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Jaden Burrell, Jonah Lueka, and Thomas Hazelton. Oh, I'm not going to try Jensen's last name. That's too.
All good. And the match officials, of course, is Ben Cummings, Matt Noyle, and Chris Butler. So an epic matchup between the Canberra Raiders and the Cronulla Sharks. Cronulla coming off a very interesting win last week, beating the one of the teams that this year they're saying that is going to make it. But the fact that Cronulla managed to do the job on this team before the season even started was even a massive thing. Against the Bulldogs, 30-6. One of the big smashings, especially because the Bulldogs this year have new players on the bench or new players on their roster. The Sharks did a great job there. And they're coming up against a side like Canberra that's really this year trying to find a way to start winning games again from the last time they were in the grand final. Tui, who do you have to win this one?
I have Raiders.
Going the Raiders. I'm backing Raiders as well as Panthers. I forgot to say for the other one as well. So this game will be live on channel, not on channel 9, sorry. This would be on Fox Sports. There was an error with the writing. It'd be at GIO Stadium, and it's the first game on Friday. Then we have the second game, the absolute belter, the Brisbane Broncos and the South Sydney Bunnies. This will be on channel 9 in Fox Sports, of course, but Tui, take it away for Brisbane.
Is this because they used to be your team?
My team? I don't know, but
I said my team, not your team.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, for the Broncos backs, we have Jermaine Isako.
Jermaine Asako.
Yeah, I definitely stuffed up there. Corey Oates, Kotani Staggs, Herbie. Yeah, is it Staggs?
Staggs, yeah, Kotani Staggs.
Yeah, we have Herbie Farmworth, Salwayne Cobbo, Billy Walters, Albert Kelly, and for our forwards on the Broncos side, we have Kieran Palsia, Jake Turpin, Payne Haas.
Haas. Yeah, it's Haas.
Don't like that. Kurt Capewell, Jordan Reiki, Patrick Carrington, Ryan James, Reese Kennedy. And this is Tui Roberto? Rabati?
Body.
Yeah. Tyrone Roberts. And for our reserves, we have Corey Jensen, Branko Lee, Jordan Pereira. How do we say that?
Pereira.
Yep. T. Main Martin, Ezra Mam, Logan Bayliss, and Ethan Quayward.
Yep. And the number 7, of course, Mr. Adam Reynolds will not be participating in this week's match due to COVID restrictions. So Albert Kelly is taking his position for the Brisbane Broncos this week. Heading over to the South Sydney Rabbitohs. We've got Blake.
You take it.
That's
Your
what
least favorite. I'll let you take your least favorite team.
I was doing it now. But anyway, we've got Blake
to say it.
Hart, Alex Johnson, Jackson Paulo, Campbell Graham, Tainai Mile, Cody Walker, and Lachlan Elias, which is the backs for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. For the forwards, we got Tavita Taolo, Damien Cook, Mark Nichols, Keenan Kola Matangi, Jai Arrow, Cameron Murray, and then we got the interchange, Jacob Host, Savali Havali, Thomas Burgess, and Michael Cheekham. And for the reserves, we've got David Moley, Josh Mansell, Liam Knight, Richard Canner, Peter Mazzolius, Isaiah Tuss, and Dean Haskins. And the ref will be Ashley Klein. Touch judges will be Todd Smith. And the senior review official is Alan Shorttail. What would have been one of the biggest games this week if star players were on the team, but unfortunately, due to COVID and stuff like that, we didn't have Anna Reynolds. And Latrell still on his last bits of his suspension. Who do you think is going to overall take this game at Suncorp Stadium on a Friday night belter?
Well, I don't like doing this to either team because one team I used to go for and the other team absolutely hate. But it's going to be Rabbitohs.
You're going the Bunnies?
Yeah.
I'm going Brisbane. I really feel that their grand final loss last year may have given them a bit of false confidence, I think. And this year, I think they're going to have to really find a way to rebuild that structure to get back to the big game at the end of the year. That'll be live on Channel 9 and on Fox Sports if you guys are watching. And hopefully any South fans or Brisbane fans, hope you guys enjoy the match. It's going to be a massive belter. And also, to those people affected by the floods in Brisbane, we're all thinking of you guys and hoping you're all doing well and safe during these times, as well as in the New South Wales areas that are being flooded. All right, moving on to Saturday. Our first game is the Sydney Roosters taking on the Newcastle Knights live at the SCG on Fox Sport. I'll take the Roosters side.
Unfortunately, I would never go Knights.
Oh, well, fine. All right, I'll take over the Newcastle side. So we've got Caleb Ponga, Domenico Long.
No, I'm just talking about Knights. Tip it.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying Tippy. I was saying...
No, you can take the Rooster side. That's a you.
Oh, good, yeah, because they're my boys, like... We've got James.
Exactly. I can't do that to you.
That's all right.
Okay, so for the Knights backs, we have Kalen Ponga and Dominic Young, Dane Gagai, Braden Bradman?
Yep.
Yeah, Bradman Best. Inari Tasula, Jake Clifford, Adam Clune. For our forwards, we have David Clemmer.
Yeah.
Clemmer. Chris Randall, Jacob Saifati, Tyson Biesel. Yeah, very unique names on the night side. Lachlan Fitzgibbon, Kurt Mann. For our interchanges on the night side, we have Phoenix Crossman, Mitchell Barnett, Leo Thompson, Jariah Mimosa. And our reserves are Jason Parcell, Tex Hoy, Tsunami Sulo, Simi Sausage. Sorry.
Simi Sangai.
Sangai.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
it's a bit unique name. First thing I came to mind was Sausage for some weird reason. Braden Musgrove, Matt Croker, and Dylan Lucas.
Alrighty, and I'll take over the home side here. We've got the Sydney Roosters backs, James Tedesco, Daniel Tupou, Billy Smith, Joseph Manu, Paul Bobrovsky, Sam Walker, and Luke Keary coming back in the number 7 jersey this year. For the forwards, we have Jared Warrior-Hargraves, Connor Watson, Lindsay Collins, Angus Crichton, Stilly Tupanua, Victor Radley. In the interchange, we've got Drew Hutchinson, Fletcher Baker, Nat Butcher, Sioli Takiaho. And then our reserves, we've got Kevin Naguama, Daniel Saluka Fafita, Lachlan Lamb, Nafono White, Adam Carrington, Tukaha. I'm so sorry, I've never heard of the name before. So Tukaha Tapua and Ben Marshke for the Sydney Roosters reserves. And the match officials is Jared Sutton, Phil Henderson, John Stone, and Alan Shorttail. Well, an epic matchup that is going to be a double header for the girls and the boys playing at the same ground for the first time in both NRL and NRLW history. Who you got to back for this match? Obviously Roosters, not being biased.
It isn't a surprise. We're both fans of Roosters, so Roosters all the way.
Oh, yeah. And that game will be live at 3 p.m. on Fox Sport on Saturday. And catch it at the SCG. Tickets are still on sale if you do want to get tickets to the first time in history girls and boys matchup live at the SCG.
I wouldn't go to this game as my first game this year.
You wouldn't go.
It'd be disappointing.
It wouldn't be disappointing, but just I think it's more you want to go to a game like the Anzac Day matches or all those any other those kind of games like Dragons and stuff.
Exactly.
And Rabbits, but this is a good matchup as well, especially for a double header. Why not? That's the best opportunity. All right, heading on to the second game on Saturday. It is the New Zealand Warriors taking on the St. George Illawarra Dragons. So I'll start off with the New Zealand Warriors at the Sunshine Coast Stadium as well. Starting off with the backs for the New Zealand Warriors. Chanel Harris-Tavita, Dylan Wateni-Zalesniak, Viliami Vaiala, Rocco Berry, Marco Matoya, Cody Nicarima, Sean Johnson, the number 7 jersey, back to his home club this year for the first time in a while. And then we got the forwards, Aiden Fanua-Blake, Wade Egan, Buddy Afua, Ewan Aiken, Elisa Katoa, and Josh Curran for the forwards. The interchange, we have Jazz Tavanga, Ben Murdoch, Marcella, Aaron Penny, and Bailey Sorensen for the interchange. And for the reserves, we've got Edward Cossey, Jack Murchie, Ashley Taylor, Adam Pompey, Pride Peterson Robati, Talian Atukulo, and Jess Arthurs. Is that right? Am I saying that right? Arthurs?
It's Arthurs.
Arthurs. Is that Arthurs? That doesn't look like Arthurs. But anyway.
No, I think it's just like a different way to spell it, but I think it's pronounced Arthurs.
Oh, okay.
All right. For the Dragons, for our backs, we have Tyrell Sloan, Cody Ramsey, Moses Salui, Zach. I don't care. I'm trying. Okay. Zach Zomac, Mikael Ravala. Yeah. Talatu Amon, Ben Hunt. For our forwards, we have Blake Lowry, Andrew McConaughey.
That's McCullough.
Yep. I said McConaughey first thing.
No, don't worry.
Aaron Woods, Jake Bird, Jaden Shua, yeah, that's definitely name. Jack B. Berlin.
Jack Bedellin.
Yeah, Bedellin. Yeah, there we go. In our interchange, Moses Mbite.
Yep, Moses Mboy.
That's it. Dude, what are these names?
Interesting.
Francis Molo, Josh Kerr, and Jack Guziwoski.
Yeah.
Guziwoski. For our reserves, we have Jackson Ford, Matthew Fedegai,
Vega, I think.
There you go. All right. Daniel,
Cavarillo.
thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Posa Femolus, how do you say that?
It's Posa Famasuli. I think that's the old ex-Roosters player. I think he was one of our forwards, but he's moved to the St. George Illawarra Dragons now. And the last ones.
Kutu Moga.
Yep.
Jaden Hunt and Michael Molo.
And the match officials is Peter Gong, Ziggy, what? Prezella, Adam Sky. We're just going to call him Adam Sky because I'm so sorry to the. Look, we don't intentionally mean to get the names wrong. We're still kind of learning the names of some of the players, and we're just kind of getting to understand their names as well. But we love the sport, and we're always going to continue with this. And also, Ashley Klein as the senior review official. Now, New Zealand and the Dragons. Who do you have here? The New Zealand Warriors played most of the year last year at Sunshine Coast Stadium, which is their home base at the moment. This year, they're hosting their games in New Zealand. The Dragons, well, they've come off a massive win, the Charity Shield against the South Sydney Bunnies, and they looked red hot. Who do you think's got this game in the bag? I'm going Dragons.
Honestly, both teams are actually have a good lineup, but I'm going with Warriors.
Going the New Zealand Warriors. I'm going to go the St. George Illawarra Dragons. I think this is going to be an interesting game to see where the Dragons are at, because New Zealand this year will put the torch on a lot of teams if they get a chance. But let's see what happens. And that'll be live on Fox Sport at 5:30 p.m. It'll be the second game on Saturday, and it's at Sunshine Coast Stadium. Our third and last game for Saturday is, of course, the one and only West Tigers taking on the Melbourne Storms at Commonwealth Bank Stadium, which is Parramatta Stadium. Let's go with the Tigers lineup. We've got Dane Laurie, David Nofaluma, James Roberts, Oliver Gildart, Ken Mamalu, Jackson Hastings, Luke Brooks for the backs. For the forwards, we've got Alex Twal, Jake Simpkins, Stefano Mano, Kela Matangi, is it? No. Tilingi, Luciano Lelua, Joe Ofangawi for the forwards. The interchange, Tyron Peachy, Luke Gardner, Zane Musgrove, Alex Farther, for the interchange. And for the reserves, we got Thomas McKaylee, Stephen Toa, Jock Madden, Tuki Himali, Simpkins, Rua Natigura, Austin Dias, and William Kenny. And for the Melbourne Storms, take it away, Tui.
We have Ryan
Pappenhausen.
Pappenhagi, is that how you say it?
Pappenhausen.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different name. Again, we're not used to half the names as like in and out of new players. We have George Jennings, Ramus Smith, Justin Olin, Xavier Coates, Nick Meaney, and Jerome Hughes. That's our backs for the Storm. And these are the forwards, which is Jesse Bromwich, Braden Smith, Christian Welch, Felici Kai Fusi. Yep. Kenneth Bromwich, Josh King. For our interchanges, we have Tyron Wishart, Jaden Nikoroma, Trent Lero, Nelson Asofa Solo Mona. And for our reserves, we have Dean Irimia. How do you say that?
Irimia.
Yeah. Alec McDonald, Jake Hemworth. How did I say it? Hemworth. Suluvi Balago. Bronson Garlic. Jonah Pezzett?
Pezzett, yep.
Yep. Will Warbrick.
Yep. And the match officials, of course, is Chris Sutton and Drew Altram. For the touch judges, well, a big game for the Tigers, a good tester for their season to see if the Tigers will make the top 8 for the first time in 11 years. But then you have the Melbourne Storm with their firepower fullback Ryan Pappenhausen, their amazing number 7, and of course their trustworthy number 9, Brandon Smith, that's coming to the Roosters next year. Who has this in the bag? Will it be the Tigers or will it be the Melbourne Storms? I'm going Melbourne for this one.
I'm going Storm as well.
Only because, look, the Tigers, they have a great roster, but they're still such a young team that they've got to get used to their lineup for this year. Hopefully it's a contested game where both teams will be kind of point after point after point.
I agree with you there. Like, the only reason I'm going Storm is unfortunately the lineup of the West Tigers and the history of not being able to get in the top 8 in 11 years. And I haven't seen Storm not in the top 8 in 11 years.
But could this also be a season where Melbourne might not even be in touch with the playoffs this year? If
they have changed a fair bit of players, that is true.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have
but
to.
We really have to wait and see what happens in this first game to see how they actually play and work together.
No, exactly. Alrighty, on to our first game for Sunday, and of course, it's an absolute belter. It's the Parramatta Eels taking on the Gold Coast Titans at Commonwealth Bank Stadium.
Also, did you say fourth game on Sunday?
No, I said first game on Sunday.
I thought you said fourth. It's like, what?
No. I said, first game on Sunday. Alrighty, it's our first game on Sunday, and it will start at 4:05, which is the Channel 9 and Fox Sport screening. All the other 3 games before, by the way, just so you guys know, each of those 3 games before are only on Fox Sport or on KO. But if you want to see Channel 9 games, you go to Channel 9 for the Thursday, Friday, and Sunday matches. Alrighty. So let's start off with the Parramatta Eels. Clint Gutherson, Sean Russell, William Penicilli, Waka Blake, Bailey Simmons, Dylan Brown, and Mitch Moses for the backs. For the forwards, we've got Regan Campbell-Gillard, Reid Marnie, Junior Paulo, Sean Lane, Isaiah Papali, Ryan Madison. And for the interchange, we have, oh my gosh, Mahashi, is that right?
Makahashi, I think it is.
Okay, yeah. We've got Oregon Kafusi, Ryan Stone, and Jake Arthur for the interchange. And for the reserves, we've got Nathan Brown, Bryce Cartwright, Mitch Rain, Tom Opacek, Hazen Perham, Wire Gergie, and Kai Rodwell. Now over to the Gold Coast. Let's go.
Yeah, for our backs, we have Jaden Campbell, Philip Sami, Brian Kelly, Patrick Herbert, Corey Thompson, Alexander Brimson, and Toby Sexton. For our forwards in the Titans team, we have Moaki Fodaoka. There we go. Aaron Clark, Isaac Louis, David Fafita, Bo Fermor, Tino Folsa Malawi. That's as close as I'll be able to get to that ever. For our interchanges, we have Will Smith, Sam Lyson, Jaimin Jolliffe, Kevin Proctor, and our reserves are Greg Mazu. Did I say it?
Mazu. Yeah.
Mazu? Yeah. All right. Jared Wallace, Tanner Boyd, Herman Elisi?
Yeah, Elisi, yeah.
Yeah. Elson Masters?
Yep.
Sam that's McInerney. And Paul Turner.
And that's for the Gold Coast and Parramatta game. And the officials is Grant Atkins, Dave Morano, and Matt Noylan. Oh, Nguyen. Oh, Nguyen. And that'll be the 4:05 p.m. matchup, Parramatta and the Gold Coast. Who are you taking on? I'm going the Gold Coast Titans. I really believe they have a chance to beat the Parramatta Eels. It's going to be an exciting clash up on the Sunday. What do you reckon?
I haven't decided on this game yet.
This is one of those games that's going to be kind of interesting.
Yeah, like okay, so we have the Titans that literally have a brand new team, like cracked open, like just brand new logo, new shirts, new everything.
Hmm.
Then we have the Eels who are half and half there. They have the veterans and the newbies. They might work well together, they might not. It can really be 50-50.
Hmm. The thing with Parramatta this year, and the thing that's going to be tested the most, is the Dylan Brown and Mitch Moses connection, as well as Gutherson. How are they going to be able to bring this team to a level where instead of losing the prelim final and making it to the qualifying final, will they go further this year, or will they make it to the grand final? Or will this year be another season where they're still trying to find the right chemistry to build on to make the grand final? Whereas the Gold Coast Titans, they're such a young team with a lot of capability, a lot of great players in that team, especially Dave Fafita, Tino Famasuli, and of course, Jaden Campbell, Preston Campbell's son. It's going to be a big matchup to see where both teams will be this year and how they're going to shape themselves this year. I think this would be
Yeah.
an epic match to watch.
Definitely.
Gold Coast, but who do you reckon you've got for the game? Do you reckon Para or Gold Coast? If you had to look.
I'm gonna go Para, but it's really 50-50 with the whole team.
It's 50-50 because both teams have struggled in the past, but let's see what they can do to change that. Moving on to the last game of the round one week, and it is the North Queensland Cowboys taking on the Canterbury Bulldogs at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Live on Fox Sport. This is the last game of the week, and of course, it won't be a Channel 9 showed on. So let's begin with the Cowboys. Do you want to start with the Cowboys off?
Sure, I'll do the Cowboys.
All good.
For the backs, we have Hamiso, Tabui, Fido.
Hamiso,
Kyle Feldit, Valentine Holmes, Peter Haiku, Murray Tulugi,
Yeah.
Tom Dearden, Chad Townsend. And for our forwards, we have Jermaine to Noah Brown, Reese Robson, Cohen Hess, Helium Lukey, Jeremiah Nanino,
Yeah.
Jason Tamuller.
Tamalo, yeah.
Yep. For our interchanges, we have Ruben Cotter, Jordan McLean, Mitchell Dunn, and Tom Gilbert. And our reserves, we have Jake Granville, Scott Drinkwater, Griffin Name, Brandon Elliott, Ben Condon, Connolly Lemon.
Leluma.
I don't know, man. It's such a different name. And Dajim Assey.
Alrighty. And for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, the brand new squad, we have Matt Duffy, Jaden Ockenball, Braden Burns, Brett Naden, Josh Adokar, Matt Burden, and Jacob Rulo for the backs. For the forwards, we've got Luke Thompson, Jerry Marshall King, Paul Vaughan, Jack Harrington, Tavita Pangai Jr., and Josh Jackson. For the interchange, we have Bailey, Biody Odo, Corey Waddell, Max King, and Chris Patolo. And for the reserves, we've got Reese Hoffman, Brandon Wakeham, Aaron Scupo, Josh Simpson, Joshua Koch, Avar Semani Fungi, and Cole Flanagan. And the match official is Chris Butler. What do you think this game will hold for us? Will we see the Bulldogs have some success in 2022, or will the Cowboys finally find a spark to start winning games again, but also show their premiership?
Interesting. It is an interesting matchup. Obviously, it's in Townsville, up Queensland, which is going to be torment for the Bulldogs, as you know, Cowboys fans will more likely be there. You know, basically putting the Dogs down. But in out of these two teams, I'm going with the Dogs just because of the lineup compared to the Cowboys. As you know, some newbies are in the better spots for the Cowboys, so then younger, less experienced.
No, exactly. All right, before we go, guys, we want to do one little other thing as well, and also to it, if you want your 3 predictions, or actually 1 prediction throughout the week of either games they're going to have high-scoring games where it might be a tight match, players to look out for. What do you think this week with your predictions? What's your 1 big prediction you want this week?
1 victory would have to be the Roosters. That's my 1 victory they need to win.
I'm not saying apart from victories, I mean, like, say for example, an upset, or like, say for example, an exciting...
The upset would definitely be just the Titans just flogging
the Parramatta Eels.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your one. So you're saying that Gold Coast beat the Parramatta Eels, eh?
Yeah, just absolutely flogged. But the only reason why I'm actually, tipping the Para is because how much they flogged the Panthers in the practice matches.
Yeah, and that was a try.
But that could have just been the Panthers just chuck their newbies out there just to, have a go.
No, exactly. My 1 prediction that I have this week is in the first week of the round, I reckon the Bulldogs will pull off an amazing win, and I reckon they'll do it very convincingly. And I've got a weird feeling that this week, as my pick that I just have to say for an upset, I've got a feeling the Tigers might beat Melbourne. I really have that feeling this week. There's possible chances where Tigers can get the better of Melbourne. And I think that's where I'm going to go with that one. I truly believe it, but at the end of the day, I'm not the, football gods. I don't choose or change whatever happens. So see what happens. Alrighty, guys.
That is a fair upset, to be fair. Yeah, that is a fair upset.
Cool. Mostly for the Tigers, because they need to find a way to build back their competition status. All right, guys. Well, that is the end of our stream today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to subscribe to our Instagram, we've got the link and the photo there for you. JoArt.com or JoArt.co. That's our Instagram page, and the YouTube page is JoArt1 and Co Sporting and Gaming. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, and also click the little bell icon to be notified for any new updates or anything like that. Yeah, and also follow us on Instagram. Have a look at our recent updates. Have a look at our brand new content that we'll be posting soon. Hopefully, we've got some more gaming content coming up this week or next week, depending on whatever happens. But that is it from us today. Thanks to Block. Thank you very much for joining us today with this week's team list. Also, join us next week for round 2 as well, team list. We'll be doing that next week, and hopefully we could get the names much better than what we did today. It was our first time.
Yeah.
So